Hello everybody, and welcome back to Prototype Gaming, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create a infinite villager breeder. Once you build this farm up, you will never need to worry about getting villagers ever again, and you won't have to worry about actually breeding them up yourselves, because it'll do it all for you. So, if you go on to enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below if you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, just comment those. And with that out of the way, Alright, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you what each part does. This is where the villagers will actually be doing the breeding. So there's going to be one farmer villager, one normal villager. Farmer villager will pick up the crops when they're ready, usually, and eventually, at a certain time, he will begin to throw the crops over to the other villager. They'll produce a baby, and of course the babies enjoy jumping on the bed, so they'll go through this one tall gap and try to get to this bed. But they cannot do that because there's basically two wide gap right here. So then they'll come over here, they'll fall down here, and as you can see there's two dudes in here. They will be forced onto this wall, and when they grow up, their head will just barely be in that water, and they'll naturally float all the way up in here where they will be kept until you're ready to use them. So now that you've got them here and you're ready to use them, all you gotta do is you gotta load this up with some minecarts, push the button, and you got yourself a villager. So boom, that's how this whole thing works. Now let's get into how to build this thing. Alright, so the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to start building a dirt platform that is going to be 4 blocks above the surface. I did a little more just because I don't like it when stuff touches the surface, but hey, that's just one of the weird things I do. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make a platform that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then another 9 in this direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fill this all in so that you have just a giant dirt platform. Alright, so the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go 5 in, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then from this block you're going to want to count in 5 blocks. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to want to break that block, put in a stone slab, bottom slab, waterlog that, and then put down a what's this called? A compost. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start encasing this place with glass walls. But first you're just going to put one here. That way the villagers don't try to jump in and potentially wreck the crops or get stuck in there. Alright, so you're just going to want to build up 2 tall walls of, I would say, glass. These don't really matter as long as you make so the top blocks are not spawnable. So to do that, you could literally just put down some slabs, or you could stick with glass. There's a couple different ways of doing that, but for now, just for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to stick with some glass. Alright, so the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to light up this area so that no mobs will spawn. So what you're going to want to do is just put one torch in each corner, and I would recommend putting one on each side of this middle block. Alright, so next up you're going to want to come right here, you're going to break that block, go like this, and then you're going to want to break that, come down here and put a trapdoor like so. Next up you want to go under the platform and go down by 2, and then a platform right there, and you're going to want to enclose that like so. Next you're going to come over here, you're going to build around it as so. You're going to want to put a trapdoor right there, and you're going to want to put the walls like this. There we go. Next up, you're going to want to make sure that this bottom part is 6 blocks long, and on the end, you're going to want to put that right there, and you're going to enclose this area once more. Alright, so now you got the walls there, you're just going to want to put in a platform like this. So that's what the platform is going to look like. And now down here you're going to want to put down some water, and whoops, there we go. And my mistake, right here you're going to want to take away those 2 blocks, and you're going to want to grab a sign and put it right there so that you've got the fence, one empty block, and then this. So then right here you're going to want to build a platform, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And this one again can be any block that is, actually this part you don't have to worry about if the blocks are spawnable or not. Next step is right here. You're going to want to make these walls like that. Sorry, I missed that. You're going to want to get 4 beds, put one here, one here, one here, and one right there. One thing I just realized I messed up is right here, it only has to be 3 long, and 3 wide, and you have to add one more like this. Next, right here, you're going to want to begin building a wall like this to keep the villagers in and just going around this entire platform. So there we go. If you've got something that looks a lot like this, you're going to want to get your water bucket, place water down there, and if everything works the way it should, a good way to test this is just throw a bottle, not a bottle, just throw like an item in there, and if it makes its way all the way to the corner, boom, you know that it works fine. Next step, you're going to want to build the thing that will actually get the villagers out. So right here, you're going to want to put down a dispenser. Yeah, dispenser. You're going to want to fill it with minecarts, like so, and you're going to want to put a button right there. Next, you're going to want to put a block there, another one like that, like that, like that, and then off to wherever you want it to go. For now, just going to leave it like that. Then you're going to want to put down powered rails right there, non-powered rail, and then these can be either powered or non-powered, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so now that you've done that, you've basically finished the structure. One final thing I would actually do before we start getting villagers in here is I would take a non-spawnable block, so make that either glass, bottom slabs, or just make sure it's lit up with torches. You're going to want to get a piece of glass or whatever you're going to use, go up one like that, and then come out to the corner right here, and then you're just going to want to go all the way to this corner and continue going over until you reach right here. So you should be lining up perfectly with that block right here, and then you're going to want to fill this in. This will basically just make it so that no villagers will be struck by lightning and they won't be turned into witches, because that will mess with the system if it takes out any of them, actually, if it turns any of them into witches, because if it's in here, they will stop spawning, or well, they'll stop breeding, and it'll kill the other villager in here. And if one of them in here turns into a witch, then it'll just start killing all the ones that come in unless it despawns. Alright, so yeah, you're just going to want to fill in this, and I'll tell you so yeah, next up, you're just going to want to fill this in so that no lightning can get to the villagers. So this is the final step. What you're going to want to do is you're going to begin hoeing the land so that it all becomes farmland. And next, you're going to get some carrots, and you are going to begin filling this area in. Now keep in mind that if you're getting a villager in here, you really only need 1 carrot, and they'll eventually spread it to every spot. But if you want to give it a little boost so it starts picking villagers out sooner, then I would recommend just filling it up completely. Alright, so now that you've got all the crops planted and the farmland, the final step is to get villagers in here. And I know this can be a very irritating task to do, since there's no easy way of getting villagers to move in the direction you want. But there's a couple simple ways. One could be getting them in a minecart and then just bringing them up here via, like, I don't know, like a staircase. But since I'm in creative, I'm just going to spawn them in. So you're going to want to get 1 villager in first. You're going to want to wait for him to become a farmer. There you go. It has to be daytime for him to actually become that. And then you're going to want to trade with him at least once to make sure that he doesn't mess with, so that he doesn't lose the profession. If he loses the profession, then the rates of this farm may slow down just a little bit. So now that you have a farmer that you've traded with at least once, you can now bring in a second villager. And as you can see, there were green particles, which means they have claimed those 2 beds. And eventually, after this grows up a little bit, they will start breeding, and little baby villagers will be popping out of here, left, right, and center. It'll be like another boomer generation just happened in here. Alright, so the final step that you can do is if you want this to be a toggleable farm. So if you want it to be on sometimes and you want it to be off some other times. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to place a sticky piston right there with a lever on the back and boom. If you do this, the farm is off. They will no longer create baby villagers. But if you like extract this again, boom, they will start producing baby villagers again. Alright, so that is how you create a infinite villager breeder. This thing pumps out at least 2 villagers per day, and per Minecraft day. So you should be getting them pretty quickly. If you do want to get more, you can build these pretty close to each other, and they will produce 2 a day for each one. You can even set them up to the same collection system. You just have to make the water a little different than the way I set it up here. So yeah, this is it. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you found it helpful. Make sure to subscribe because I'm going to be creating more videos like this soon. I'm going to be doing a lot more farms, probably going through a couple of the simplest farms in one video. So if you're interested in that, make sure to drop subscribe down there. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.